Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm very reflective over the last 11 videos that I've done up until today. And what you're gonna see from this video is how you can be in a situation where you don't feel like you have control over it or you've lost grip, and how you can create something beautiful out of it. And that's what I'm gonna really cover in this video. You're gonna see me go a little bit deeper into why I started this vlog, the name of the vlog, which is Transform Your Reality, Master Your Now, which is a mantra that I use to, keep me focused and keep me intentional about what I do. So with that said, here we go. Enjoy. So today I had a really good conversation with my wife about this YouTube channel and why I'm doing it, and what do I want to get out of it. Well, one of the things I was thinking about as I was walking here, I was just thinking about like days before I really started the channel. Business wise, I felt like I didn't have any control over certain things, certain aspects of business, or waiting for different payments and stuff to come through, all those things. And what that does sometimes, I know for me, in the beginning, it created some anxiety, it created some worry as I was going through that process. And that's pretty normal in the business world, where you're waiting for things, you're depending on people for things. And I had a multiple of things at the same time, that dependencies that I had that weren't moving at the pace that I needed. So it was creating worry. So when I really decided to pick up this camera and start shooting this, another aspect is it gave me something I could control. It gave me something that I had control over, and that's me. That's my now. That's why I'm naming the show to Transform Reality, Master Your Now. That's Tremayne with the vowels taken out. Transform Reality, Master Your Now, because that's what I had to do. I had to master where I was at, and do the things that I can control. Like I can control press and record, and recording these videos to talk to you, to share, parts of my life with you. I can control that. And it's funny, over time, it's given me a confidence. It's given me a confidence outside. It's given me a confidence outside of those dependencies, to keep things moving forward. And lo and behold, things fell into place. Things are starting to fall back into place. But the pressure cooker that I was in, caused me to do something radical, caused me to do something extreme, somewhat extreme, of putting myself out there. Because what you put out, you get back. And the beauty and the blessing of that is things are starting to line up, and things work themselves out. Worry is not going to help you. Worry cannot fix anything. So that's what this show is going to be all about. Mastering where you're at right now. Being able to control what you can control. Not what anybody else can control, just you. So that's about it. I thought I'd get that off my chest. It's windy out here. I got a tear coming down my eye. A lot going on. I'm not crying, but there's definitely a tear because of all this wind. About to head into the gym. Talk to you next. One thing these videos are not going to be is a highlight reel. So that's not what this is. I know social media, it's about the highlight reel, showing you the front facing, all the things that are going good. That's not what this is going to be about. I mean, if that's what you want to see, this is not going to be the channel for you. But this is going to be raw, unfiltered into my day-to-day life. If that's something that's interesting to you because it inspires you, it makes you think different about how you're doing things, I'm the one to hear what you're doing too, because I don't have it all together. I don't know everything. But if you see something that I'm saying or doing that you're thinking I can maybe take it to the next level, I'm all ears. And that's what this is going to be about. It's going to be about a co-creation of people, like co-creation of what we're all trying to do in our lives in this world. So this is not going to be a highlight reel. That's not what this is. So let me go ahead and hit this gym. I took my time today. But anyway. Push-ups are such a simple movement, but man, do they bring the best out of you. And that's one of the things that I do. I try to do exercises, calisthenics, where I'm using more of my body weight rather than weights and stuff. I do use weights, but I prefer to do stuff like push-ups. And when I first started this, I don't think I could barely do 5, and now I'm banging out 20. And by the time the circuit's over, I'll probably have about 80 push-ups in, which is pretty good for myself. Pretty good for myself. I'm proud of myself. So I got on the scale today, and it looks like, let me see here. For some reason, I don't think the scale is right, but it looks like I gained, what was this, 217? I don't even know if the scale was even right, but it looks like I gained some weight. And the only thing I could think of is I wasn't drinking enough water last week, or the last 2 weeks, or I was eating late. It wasn't like I was eating bad stuff, it was just like I was eating late. And then the third thing is probably my sleep. So any meal prep people, any nutritionists, what's going on? What's going on? Have you ever had that feeling where you felt like you took 1 step forward, but 2 steps back? That's how I felt when I stepped on the scale today. I was like, wait, how did I gain 2 pounds? This is crazy. But anyway, I was just little, not disappointed or anything, but like making me go back and assess, what my eating habits were, what my sleeping habits were. And I didn't eat that much. I didn't eat that crazy. But anyway, if you have any tips or why that could be the case, any fitness gurus out there, please let me know. I'm interested to hear your feedback. Whew, it's a little breezy out here. Heading to the office. I had a really good conversation about an hour or two ago. One thing that came up is leverage and building leverage. And sometimes we work on something over and over again, but we don't know how to take that thing and just continue to build leverage and level up. So for instance, like with this YouTube channel and lifestyle vlog that I'm doing right now, there's a leverage to that. Because when you walk into somewhere and people see that you have this channel, automatically you have leverage. And it may not be a lot of leverage, but you can always grow it. And then even when I go into like a business meeting now, I'm noticing how the conversation can change. It's a good recruiting tool. Like if I'm looking for talent, there's so many points of leverage by just pulling out my phone and just talking directly to you, that it's going to be amazing to discover how, I execute against the leverage that's created. So that was something that was a really good, it was a really good conversation that I'm curious on how this leverage is gonna play out, because it's definitely a tool to move things faster. It's really interesting how self-discovery works. When I set out to do this vlog, it really came out of a place of not desperation, but it came out of a place of wanting to do something creative for myself, so that I can control the outcome, control all the elements and the creative side of it. And I didn't know I was gonna do what I'm doing now. This vlog has turned into a vehicle for storytelling, a vehicle for just sharing with some insights and things that are going on in my life. And I've been discovering that, wait, this could be something. But I don't know that yet. And here we are, the 12th episode. Before, in the beginning, when I was doing this, you'll notice in the beginning, I was unsure what this was. So I was calling it an experiment. I wasn't sure, but I knew that I wanted to do it in episodes, in an episodic way, because you can tell a story. And so here we are at the end of season 1 of this vlog experiment, and so much has happened. Actually, to be transparent, I stayed up till about 3 a.m. yesterday. Today was a really like a push today, only because I stayed up to 3 a.m. yesterday, binge watching my own content. Now, why that's a big jump is because a few weeks ago, I started House of Cards on Netflix, which I saw before, and when I first saw, that's when the whole binge watch thing was really big, and I started binge watching House of Cards because I forgot how good it was. So I got to the point where I was like, I got to stop this. I think I made it to season 2 or something like that. I have to stop this. But in a 3-week span, I went from binging somebody else's content to binging my own content. I don't know if that means something. I don't know what that means, but there's something there that I want to continue to go. And I want to continue to put this content out. So what I'm going to do over the next 3 to 4 days, I'm going to go back and assess what it is that, that was created over this span, and see and, hear from other people. Because I haven't really shared this with many people. I just kind of like shot it. And then once I saw that this is where it was going in terms of an episodic, vlogs, 12 at a time, then I was able to see, like, wait, there's something here. And my storytelling, the creative side started to kick in to where this could potentially go. And, the main thing is like connecting with you and building a virtual relationship through my life and my story. And there's one thing I don't think I shared with you, but I don't know if you can really see it, but my bracelet says TRMYN, which is my name without the vowels. And my daughter made this for me. And I remember her making this for me, and I was thinking, I don't know how I'm gonna use this, but the acronym here is Transform Reality, Master Your Now. And that's something that, like, when I was in a rut maybe a year or so ago, that was like my way out. It's just like mastering my now. Like, a part of that is going to the gym. A good friend of mine, Brad, I remember him saying, like, if you want to, like, just get your health going, get your health right. And that's what I did. And once that habit started to build, everything else starts to fall into place. And that comes down to mastering your right now. And that's what, what I was hoping to show through the vlog is I was taking you into my now, my right now. And in that, a story emerges. Like, I'm looking back now, like, one of the things that really stood out to me is when the episode of Let's Go Get a Lollipop. And it sounds simple and it sounds cute, but what started as like having an incentive for my daughter to be able to do what she needed to do at the children's hospital, we needed to get her. We were in the car saying, "We'll give you a lollipop," because she was tired. She was tired, but we used the lollipop in that sense to incentivize her, and she did great. But then that story started to get bigger. I remember I went on Twitter. I saw someone that I follow on Twitter talk about incentive design, and that led to me in my notebook writing it out and like looking at incentive design for the players in your field, who's incentivized by what. But that small thing led to this bigger concept and a bigger area. Like, those are the type of things that I want to capture, because they could start off as like small scenarios where it could start off small, but then over time, as things unfold, it turns into a bigger theme. Another thing about using your intuition, I was talking about Uno, playing cards with my daughter, and that's how she was talking about quitting or whatever. And again, that was something that started as just something small, but then it kind of trickled its way up into like a bigger theme for the day, and just for me to take home, to use, and to share that. So being able to share those real-time things is showing to be valuable, because I don't script anything. I'm not scripting any of it. I just wake up and I just shoot. Whatever comes to me, I just shoot, and I just stitch these all together. Then by the end of the night, I go and I edit it and I put it up. And that was the whole thing. The whole thing is just to be consistent. Don't worry about production value. Don't worry about any of that right now. Just worry about seeing if this thing resonates, seeing if this can speak to people on a very granular level. And one of the things that I was also thinking about, and maybe this is me getting a little ahead of myself, but if you noticed, Mark Zuckerberg is, whoever his team is, they're really stylizing him to be more relevant and be more human. I just saw him today, he's wearing a necklace, and just his vibe is different, and he's becoming more relatable. And as I was thinking about this, as I'm turning the corner and closing out the last episode until I go back into shooting again, which will be pretty soon. It's not going to be too much of a gap. I noticed that as interesting as leaders, executives, we'll need to show more of a human side to themselves so that they're relatable. And again, and I brought this up in several videos, in this AI era, human connection is going to be at a premium. Authenticity, integrity is going to be at a premium because it's going to be so easy to fabricate a persona. And I think that the age of this fabricated social media persona is going to go out. And authenticity and integrity, it's going to be a rare thing to find. And I think that's the thing that I'm picking up on, and that's what I really want to lean into. I really want to lean in because that's the only way I know how to be. I don't know how to be a social media persona, and that's just not me. That's just not me. It's never going to be me. But I think in my pursuits of, building a company that builds companies, that builds and buys companies, that pursuit within itself is a journey that it's just going to go on, and it's unfolding now. And I want to make sure I document it because I always say a life worth living is worth documenting. And I don't know if I mentioned this in another video, but I have 20 to 25 years, maybe 25 years now, of journals just like this, of me just documenting everything. So I can go back right now and look at a journal from 20, 25 years ago and kind of see what I was thinking. And like I said, I just didn't share those with anybody. Those are my own private things. This is the same thing for me. It's just an extension of something I've been doing for 2 decades. And that's why I think this comes pretty natural, and I really enjoy sharing my, certain aspects of my life that I think will be valuable of you. So with that said, I will see you on the next one. So I'm heading home, done for the day. Today was not as much of a productive day as I would have liked. I would have liked to end the week off a little bit stronger than I did, but it's okay. It's okay. I got done the essential things, launching a new project this week, so it definitely took out a lot more mental energy. So I needed more mental stamina this week, which I was able to deliver. So that's all good. Well, see you later.